the hair is definitely in full effect today.
Bad hair day, please.
Boy, like many might say a good hair day.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. It's the weather. It's just, oh yeah.
So it was done like that on accident.
Yeah. On accident.
So a lot of people talk about the F64, the new single out, you know what I mean, that's out hitting on the radio airwaves at the moment. Feel good?
Yeah, it does feel good. I think it's you know, before we had a conversation about people always just looking at the way I look and not listening to the lyrics. But when I dropped my F64, the feedback from a lot of males wasn't really about the way I looked, it was more about the lyrics. So that was nice. For me, it was an achievement.
So the feedback that you got from like the F64, do you feel like people weren't paying attention before?
I think they were, but I guess I wasn't going into depth. So I was saying some things, but I weren't saying a lot. But I think with my F64, I was saying a lot of personal things and honest things that I guess other people could relate to.
There was some stuff in there. But it's like, we don't know whether you just put it in there for like controversial, you know what I mean, memes, or whether it's some real stuff. So you're telling us that it was some, all the stuff in there was some real stuff.
Do you know what? If you was following me at the time, from like January to February times, the stuff I was tweeting, I was going through some stuff and I was venting on Twitter, and then a few of my friends were like, Bratt, just slow down, stop venting on Twitter, put it into your lyrics. And I was, at the time, I was angry, my mentality was just crazy, I just didn't care. And I just wrote my F64 and then I just did it, and I got it off my chest and I felt good. But I was expecting some phone calls from a few people or whatever, but...
Did you get those phone calls?
I got a couple of phone calls. But the people knew, yeah, there was a few indirects, so what? I'll be honest.
So the F64 was pretty easy to write. It was just straight off, get things off my chest kind of thing.
Yeah, the way I wrote it, I didn't sit down to the beat and just write to it. I would sit down, like I'll be laying in bed and I'll just be frustrated and thinking and getting angry, and I'll just be writing my thoughts on my iPhone. I'll just be writing how I feel, and that's how it came about. Then I turn it into lyrics.
So, you know, at your young age, you're already on your second record deal. And like, have you found them pretty easy to come across, like getting a record deal?
I don't think record deals are easy to get. I guess I was just blessed to come across people that were interested in me. With Atlantic, you know, they wanted to spend a lot of time getting to know me as an artist before they signed me. So, you know, it was 6 months prior to signing me. And with All Around the World, I guess it was just me being a young female MC, which was something a bit different for them, I guess, and that's why they picked up on it. And I just come off a TV show as well, so that always helps. But, you know, dealing with labels and stuff isn't necessarily easy. You know, there's a lot of struggles as well. You know, people think when you get signed, yeah, like they did everything. But in actual fact, I do a lot and I pay for a lot as well. And Atlantic respect that, and I respect what they do for me as well. So
you've acquired a lot of new fans across the last year or so with the singles that you've been putting out. Some might just think that you're like a UK hip-hop artist. They might not know that you came from the grime scene. But the people that knew you from back in the grime scene days, 07 and that Aftershock, they want to hear Bratt on more grime. Is that going to be happening?
Well, yeah, I just jumped on the Predator remix of Deneo's Big Ben song. And I've been hollering at Predator, but I don't know, like, what's going on? And yeah, that's something I would love to get back into. And obviously, I would love to get back in the studio with Terror. But obviously, he's always flying around the world, and I'm always flying here and there, so it's a bit difficult.
So you still got the passion?
Yes, I do.
The grime, yeah?
I do. I still have the passion. Because I'm a barrer, I love barring, and I like the feeling when I'm spitting bars to crazy beats or calm grime beats. You know, that's where I started off, but it might not necessarily be where I'm going to finish, but it will still be a part of me. Because
you got the deal at the moment, you know, with Atlantic, and there's a lot of MCs that have come from the grime scene that I've got signed.
Yeah.
You know, the history's there, it's on record. There's more than a few MCs that got signed and more or less turned their back on grime. saying that they're not grime MCs and whatnot. What's Bratt's view on it?
I guess, you know, it depends on what deal they've been offered. I'm lucky because I've been offered a deal where I have a lot of creative control and I'm still allowed to do the F64s and freestyles, and like if I want to go on Westwood and bar, I'm allowed to, because they understand me as an artist, because we took time together to learn each other and what we're about. So I don't have to compromise myself, whereas maybe some other artists or MCs have been offered deals where it's just been quick. It's like, yeah, we want to do a single with you. Are you down? We'll give you 10 bags. Let's do a single. Are you on it? And the artist just hears 10 bags. Yeah, cool, let's do it. Like a lot of, I'm not saying every artist just wants to make money and music isn't their passion, but I feel like money is their passion more than music. And you can see that with some people where they're compromising themselves. But not everyone's like that though.
Gotta make a living though.
You do, but you still have to be true to yourself.
So, you know, Falling Down, it's the big single, making an impact at radio now. A lot of people are excited. You got the remix with Kreps Konan.
Yes.
This is my track, man. We've been blazing it on the radio and all sorts. How did the collaboration happen?
I wanted to get a male perspective of the whole concept of the song, and I've always wanted to work with Kreps Konan for a while now, and they're really cool. They're good friends of mine, and I asked them and they said yes. So I was like, let's do it. And then they turn up straight away to studio, drop the bars, and it was sick.
Them man don't miss about with the punchlines, man.
They don't. They're sick.
So who are you listening to at the moment? Who's Bratt got pumping in the iPod?
It's sad, yeah, because I listen to a lot of old school stuff. So I'm listening to obviously Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt quite a lot all the time. What else have I been listening to? I like listening to Wu-Tang sometimes. I've been listening to Missy. But then I've been listening to people like Portishead, which is very different to the music that I make and stuff. And then obviously Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Rita Ora as well, who I think's got an amazing voice, yeah. And I'm happy to be able to listen to her because obviously she's been around for ages, and every time I see her, she's like, yeah, Bratt, like it's gonna drop soon. I can't wait, and she gets me mad excited. And then it's like you're just waiting, and for her to finally be out now, it's really like it's a good feeling. Because
it comes back down to the patience thing. Like as an artist, you got to be patient. This thing don't happen overnight.
It does. And you know, she says in her interviews and stuff that she's been working on an album for 3 years, and obviously over 3 years your whole mentality and musical stance is going to change. So yeah, I think the end product's been worth the wait. The ventilation just can't cool down.